She move like a boss, do what a boss.
Hi guys, welcome to Vlogmas. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing Vlogmas, but here I am. This is like my first Vlogmas ever, and I told myself this year I was gonna do it, and I'm late to the party because this video is tonight, and I'm gonna post it tonight too. Best believe that, okay? Okay. Period. My name is Keishan Curtis. I am a pediatric LPN and an RN student. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't follow me on TikTok, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing, girl. I don't know what you're doing, because you're missing out. No, I'm kidding, but if you want to give me a follow, give me a follow, but if not, oh well. This video specifically is going to be how I became a pediatric LPN and how I got the job and everything. And I'm going to just give you guys the rundown from the bottom to the top. Bottom to the top. Let's do this because I want to help my girlies and my girlies want to know. So I'm going to tell them. I'm going to spill all the beans, okay? I'm going to spill all of it. First one up is I'm just going to tell you guys about my journey in pediatrics. Like, I honestly think this is the number one thing that landed me the job in pediatrics to become a nurse in peds. The number one thing is I applied to be a CNA on my pediatric floor that I'm actually a nurse on right now. And I was a CNA for 2 years on this floor. I was a CNA while I was in LPN school. I was a CNA before I was even starting LPN school. So I already had like the foundation. Like I knew everyone on my floor. I knew that I had an in because I talked to my manager about it prior. We had an LPN while I was a CNA, and then she graduated and became an RN, so I knew there was going to be an open spot for me, and we kind of just talked about that. So I had like a guaranteed spot, which is really nice, and that does not happen very often. The other thing I want to talk about is I want you guys to be aware that not every state hires LPNs in a pediatric hospital. Not every state even hires LPNs in a hospital setting, I believe. You can fact check me on that, but I don't think like some states hire LPNs to be in a inpatient hospital setting. Keep that in mind. I really am so blessed and got so lucky to be able to be in pediatrics as an LPN. Like I feel like it is really hard to be an LPN in pediatrics. I'm just very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that. What steps did I take to become a nurse or a pediatric nurse? First off, I went to LPN school. I did my prereqs at a university for 2 years because I was going to a BSN nursing program, and I actually got into that BSN program, and then I dropped out after a semester. A lot of factors contributed to me dropping out, and that's a-okay because look where I am now. It all happens for a reason, and I believe that, and I love that. And truthfully, like, I was so hard on myself when I dropped out of my BSN program. Like, I was like, I'm a failure. Like, I don't want to tell anyone. Like, I'm embarrassed. Like, it is so embarrassing. When I sat back and took like a year and a half off, I'm like, Keishan, like, you don't have a timeline on your life. You don't have a fucking timeline on your life. Like, you don't need to impress anybody. The only person you need to impress is yourself, and that is a-okay. We know our values, we know what we want to chase, and we know what we're going to get, and we got it. Okay, another one. What inspired me to pursue pediatric nursing? And this one is just so easy. Like, it's just so easy because, actually, no, this question is actually complicated because I always saw myself being like, I don't know. I never really saw myself going to pediatrics. Like, that never came to my head when I thought of nursing. I always thought, oh, ICU. And like when I think ICU, I think adult ICU. My background from being a CNA is I was a CNA in long-term care. I got my CNA at 16 as well. But I was a CNA at a long-term care, a brain and spinal injury place. And then I became a student nurse tech at a postpartum unit. And then I transitioned over to CNA at pediatrics on the floor that I am a nurse at right now. To break it all down, like, I truly never saw myself doing pediatrics. Like, when I thought of kids, like, I really don't like babysitting. Does that make sense? Like, I never grew up liking babysitting, but providing care to kids in like a hospital setting is so different to me. But it's so different because I'm like caring for them in like their most vulnerable state, and like they trust me, and like it's just so cute. Like, I love the connection that I build with my kiddos, and that's something that I will always cherish. Like, I love them down. Like, I love them with my whole heart. I feel like nursing always takes you where you're supposed to be. Like, I never envisioned myself in pediatrics, never thought about it, and I ended up in pediatrics, and this is my home. Like, I love it so much. Like, I'm so happy with my life. I'm so happy with my career. I'm happy going to work. I'm just happy all around. I'm a happy boy. Getting to become a nurse is hard as fuck. Like, I did not go through all that work to not like what I do, and I like what I do, so that's all that matters. I get this question so much. The question that I get a lot is, what can I do as a pediatric LPN, or what do I do on a daily? And truthfully, like, to narrow it down, I do everything a RN does. I just can't initiate a care plan, initiate first education, and that's really it. Or give meds during a code. I can't do that. But those are really like the main three things I can't do. I can administer blood at my facility. Like, it's obviously co-signed with an RN, but I can administer blood. I feel like LPN is so gray in so many aspects of scope of practice in any state or facility. There are some facilities here in my hometown where LPNs can and can't do things that another facility they can. Like, it's just so different and so vague. Like, depends on what the facility trains their LPNs on, things like that too. So I want you guys to take that into account, because I feel like a lot of people comment on some of my videos like, you can't do that, you can't do that. I promise you, I would not be doing anything out of my scope of practice, because best believe, I clock it when they be trying to make me do some stuff. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. And they pull up the policy and they're like, yes, the fuck you can. Yes, I am very aware. I will never do anything out of my scope of practice. I'm very careful with my license. I'm very careful with anything I do. It's very serious to be very careful about your license, because it is so easy for it to get taken away. This is actually a really, really good question. It's, what is the most challenging thing about pediatrics? Personally, I think the most challenging thing is seeing the social aspects of a kid's life. Sometimes feeling like it's out of your control, like you can't really do anything. Yes, I'm a mandatory reporter and things like that, but also like I can report it, but it's out of my hands from there. Can't really do much else besides report it to the above. And once it's at the above, I can't really do much. Like, it's in their hands from there, and they can either do something about it or not. And that's really the hardest part, is like seeing when they don't do things about it, or they can't do anything about it. It like breaks my heart, because I like know deep down what's going on. It eats me alive some nights. Like, some days that is like the hardest part. And honestly, I feel like I take home more of the social aspect of my job with the kiddos more than the actual cares and stuff for my kiddos, if that makes sense. I don't know, I think it's really hard to like separate that from my life. I don't know, I just care a lot for my kiddos, and I care a lot, and I want to see all my kids happy. And it's just not a perfect world, so it's never going to be perfect for everyone. Try my best, and I advocate for them, and I do everything that I can do, that I personally can do. Some advice that I would give someone that is going for pediatric nursing is, one, I feel like a lot of people make the interview process, or like they're scared of the interview process for peds, or, oh, what should I know for this interview? And truthfully, I feel like every interview for nursing is not really about, they're never really asking you nursing questions. It's always going to be those general interview questions of, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Tell me a time you and a coworker had a disagreement, and how did you handle it? Like, it's those, but as a nurse. It's just literally the same thing. They just tie it to being a nurse. I want you to know, if you are watching this and you are scared about an interview for nursing, it's not that serious. It's not that serious whatsoever. I think personality is also a really big thing when it comes to interviews, especially for peds. I feel like you have to really be built for peds, and you have to have the personality for peds. I feel like I match peds. I feel like my personality matches peds, like, a lot, honestly. So yeah, those are just like some little questions I get about peds, my journey of being a pediatric nurse, how I became a pediatric nurse, all around, all the jazz of being a pediatric nurse. If being a pediatric nurse is truly your dream, I would strive for it, work for it, keep applying, keep applying, keep applying. It's not always going to happen the first time around, but if you truly know what you want, and you truly know you want to do peds, I would just keep pushing for it, keep doing it. It may take you 10 times to apply to a job, and that is a-okay. You guys have to be really gentle with yourself and not be so hard on yourself. I think nursing school instills that being hard on ourselves. Like, we need to take it easy on ourselves sometimes. Give yourself some grace. It's a-okay. We're all living in this world. It's not perfect. Everything's not going to go as planned, and that's okay. That's the joy of life, honestly, as a nursing student or a new grad nurse, is take your time, keep applying, and do the damn thing, okay? First off, thank you for watching my video. Like, what the fuck? I'm doing vlogmas. But thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to even watch me. But yeah, it's gonna be a-okay. You're gonna be a really good nurse. You're gonna do the damn thing. You're gonna get your dream job. And you're gonna be everything that you have strived for, okay? Okay. I love you guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video.